Hi, my name is Robert. This video is designed to give you step-by-step detailed instruction on completing the task at hand. Visit my YouTube channel and watch my disclaimer video. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you find the information you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. In this video, I'm working on a 1998 Chevy Prizm. I'm going to change the front wheel hub assembly on the driver's side, and it's pressed into the knuckle. So that'll be part of this video as well. Here are the tools needed to complete this job. I apologize, but I do not have access to the shop manual for this vehicle, so I don't know the torque values. So here's the tools you need. If anybody knows the torque values, go ahead and put them in the remarks or comments, and I'll link them into the about notes on this video later. Okay, the first thing you want to do is break the lug nuts loose. So, next thing you want to do is take this Carter pin out. You can tap it out after you get the tips of it straight, and then pull that dust cap off. Then you'll have access to the bolt behind it. Now I put the 30mm socket on there, my 1/2" breaker bar, and then I have a 4-foot cheater that I slide on the breaker bar and break that thing loose counterclockwise. Yeah, okay, I got the bolt backed out. I put it flush with the axle in case I have to tap it out of the hub. Sometimes these axles get stuck in the hub and you have to tap them loose with a hammer or something, so I'm gonna leave it like that. Actually, you can see if it's stuck in by tapping it. After you get the axle nut broke loose and you put the car back up on jacks to remove the wheel, make sure you put the vehicle on a jack stand. You should never ever get under a car that's not under a jack stand messing with suspension parts. Take the wheel off and try to get the work on getting the hub loose. Wow, I must say I've never seen something like this before in my life. The owner of the car evidently kept driving the car after the bearings were gone. Grinded down the bearings and started grinding into the hub assembly knuckle, grinded into this dust shield, grinded into the calipers. The caliper pin is grinded away, grinded down the front side of the caliper with the wheel. Usually you have to take the brake caliper off in order for the rotor to come off, but as you can see here, when I pulled the wheel off, the rotor just came right out, and this is the rotor I got to replace the rotor that was damaged while the guy was driving with the bearing bad. I don't know how this car was moving. It also looked like it did some damage to the top of the strut where the wheel was rubbing the top of the strut. So this is about the worst example I've ever seen of somebody losing a bearing and kept on rolling. So let me see if I could get this axle out of here. The axle boot is torn up too, so we're going to replace that axle boot. So that's how the old beat up one looks, and this is how the one looks that we got out of the salvage yard. Nice smooth bearing. The dust deal is not damaged like that, and that's how the knuckle and stuff looks. So we're gonna swap this stuff over to this one. You take the caliper off. The caliper has 2 bolts, one up here and one down lower, and those should be 14mm bolts on the caliper. Next thing I'm gonna do is take this tie rod loose. It has a 17mm bolt on it, and it has a Carter pin holding that bolt in place. So remove the Carter pin and take loose the tie rod nut. Then I'm going to take the 3 bolts loose on the bottom of the ball joint and control arm. There are 3 17mm 2 nuts and a bolt there. And then I'm going to take these 2 bolts out of the strut knuckle assembly there. Okay, I got the caliper off. Okay, I'm going to pull this axle. I went on ahead and knocked those 3 bolts loose, 17mm, on the bottom of the ball joint. Now I'm going to take these 2 bolts loose on the side of the strut after I remove this tie rod end bolt. Then I should be able to pull that assembly out. When I put some brake caliper grease on the splines, a lot of times I'll put anti-seize on that. Now I'm going to go ahead and set my knuckle assembly in place, and I'm going to use Loctite on the bolts to bolt the caliper on and bolt the knuckle on, and the ball joint here from the tie rod end rather uses a Carter pin. So I'll tighten that down and use a Carter pin. I don't have the torque value, so okay, I put the 2 caliper bolts in, torqued them down to 60 foot-pounds. I torqued this down to 80 foot-pounds. I torqued this center bolt here down to 60 foot-pounds and Carter pinned it. And then I tightened that down with a that control arm down, tie rod in with a impact wrench, and stuck a Carter pin in it. And the 3 bolts on the bottom of the ball joint, I torqued those down to 35 foot-pounds and put Loctite on them. And that's it. If you got any questions, let me know. If you feel that this information was beneficial, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can also subscribe to my channel so that you can get notification of future videos that I post. Visit my channel. I have all types of do-it-yourself videos there. You can leave questions here and I'll try to respond to them as quick as possible. You can also visit my website at robertspinner.com. Thanks again for watching.